Hey, okay, so I'm going to critique a talkie. I haven't done one of those for quite some time. Um, this one is the first talking film of a Shakespeare play, and it's Taming of the Shrew. It was released in 1929. It has Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks, and um, so it's a little over an hour, like an hour and 6 minutes. So, give or take. So, the movie starts out with a puppet show. I am a sucker for a puppet show. Oh my gosh. I mean, even in Little Mermaid, they had that puppet show. I don't know. I still think that's adorable. So, when I was a kid, they used to have puppet shows at the mall. They don't do that anymore. It's like, ugh, maybe that's why I don't go there anymore. But they had puppet shows, I'd be there for days. I don't know what it is. But the puppet show, the way that they had it, it basically was showing what the story is about. And so I mean we pretty much know what Taming of the Shrew is about, so I'm not really going to dwell on that. I mean, if you're not familiar, there's also Kiss Me Kate, that's based off of the play, and 10 Things I Hate About You is based off of this play. So, if you like those movies, that's what this is about. So, when it when this movie was in the works, when it was planned to be a sound film. From what I remember, there were already sound films as far back as 1927. I mean, we all know the jazz singer, not the one from the 70s. Or I guess that one, I don't remember when that one came out, but the one more recent. No, the jazz singer with Al Jolson. The one that they talk about in Singing in the Rain. That one, I don't remember when that one came out, but I think talkies started coming out in 27, if I remember right. Well, anyway, in fact, one of the Marx Brothers movies, The Coconuts, came out in 29, so this same year. But at this point, Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks, their marriage was starting to fall apart, which I didn't know when I was watching the film. It, there are a lot of parts where these two characters, Katherina and Petruchio, are fighting. There's just blowouts everywhere. And so when I was watching that, I was like, they're really putting a lot of effort into these scenes. I don't think it was acting. I really don't think it was acting. In fact, there's one scene where there's like this dinner and everything, and well, the dinner scene, and it just it feels a little tense. And I mean, the way that Mary Pickford is delivering her lines and everything, and and kind of the way that Douglas Fairbanks is sitting and reacting and that kind of thing. I mean, I understand acting, and he was an amazing actor and everything else, but I mean, you can kind of get the idea that they're just yeah, they're not the power couple anymore. It's not happening anymore. So now sets are, I mean, Douglas Fairbanks is known for his perfection. I mean, we saw it in Robin Hood, and we saw it in Thief of Baghdad. The sets are like perfection, right? This is no exception. I mean, the sets are fantastic. And so expect that. Again, with they're beautiful. And the one issue I have is with him. He's an amazing actor, as I've said, but the problem is that he likes to pose, the swashbuckler and everything else, and that the adventurer and everything. Not so much with Shakespeare. Can't do that so much with Shakespeare. Now, he can deliver his lines like nobody's business. I mean, he would have been an amazing Shakespeare actor today. I mean, just fantastic. Now, her too. And when you're watching, yeah, it was, they, I was impressed. I really was impressed. My issue with her was the costuming, because there were times when her costumes fit, the accurate, which was kind of surprising, really. But there were times, like there was one point where when they have that big fight scene, and she came in and she had like this long flowy dress, and it was black, and it looked black anyway, cause black and white, so it was dark colored, and like long beads. Of course, beads were a thing in the day, but it was like one of those like flapper looking bead kind of thing necklace, and her hat looked more modern, and I was kind of put off by that. But then you see her again and she's wearing something more accurate, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm missing something, I don't know, because again, there were times where she was wearing something that fit, and other times where it was like half and half, and other times where, so it was just kind of, get it together, lady. And now it's said that this particular film did not ever receive the recognition that it deserved for being the first Shakespeare play, talking Shakespeare play. It was not technically superior to the majority of talking pictures in 1929, but would unquestionably be the finest translation onto film of Shakespeare for some time to come. Someone said that you also got to see the Pickford Fairbanks marriage with this film. Oh yeah, you do. Just like I said. And it's kind of sad. I mean, for this to be towards the end of their marriage, and you just, so she actually said at one point that doing this film was the worst moment of her life, but she did say that Mary Pickford did say that this was probably Douglas's best performance ever. And my only gripe was that he continuously put, it just seemed to not fit Shakespeare. When you're being more like piratey and Robin Hoodish and everything, just didn't seem to fit, not with this particular play. But like I said, he projected amazing. Yeah, he was very, very good. And otherwise, so it is sad that it did kind of, because you do see some of that tension, and it's just too bad. So there were a few times where it's like, are they acting or are they really lashing out at each other? So some things never change within Hollywood. They really don't. This is too bad. So, but anyway, the sets are gorgeous. The yeah, her costuming, there were times that they fit. Maybe I'm just crazy. I mean, I thought, like, especially when she had a floppy hat on, that looked more modern than anything else. And with him posing more like Robin Hood than anything else. But other than that, yeah, if they were here today and they did a Shakespeare play with the projection that they had and everything, I was impressed by that. And because I've seen a few Shakespeare plays, and there are times where you're like, speak up. But they did just fine. And but unfortunately, this particular play just did not get the recognition that it deserved as being the first Shakespeare talkie, which is surprising to me. You would think, because before you had all of these Shakespeare was big. I mean, that was the big thing on stage. And then, aside from vaudeville, but even in vaudeville, you would recite things and all that. So I'm kind of shocked that it didn't get the recognition it deserved. So, but anyway, so this is Taming of the Shrew. It was released in 1929. It has Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks. And it's like an hour and 6 minutes long. It's the first Shakespeare play it's a talkie. And yeah.